Today in the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, we are going to go and review Clash of the Castle. And a lot of people are not going to be happy what I'm about to say about this pay-per-view. We're going to be talking about that, plus other news. And we're going to jump on that real quick right here on the Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
Is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I am your host, the infamous Ultimate One, and we are here today on episode 199. One episode away for doing the 200, which will probably most likely will be next week, you know, with God's permission, of course. But let's jump on this. The pay-per-view that last year was one of the best pay-per-views they had in God knows how long. I mean, we had a great event last year, and this year it was like I started asking questions the minute the pay-per-view started. First thing I started asking, why is Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles opening up with a I Quit match in the beginning of this pay-per-view? Now, at first, I started asking myself, what's the main event? And I totally forgot that the Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre was going to be the main event. So there I was like, okay. So I said to myself, they're going to start with a banger. Well, apparently that I Quit match was what I would say very, very sad ending. I mean, I had my young daughter watching this with me. And the ending of this match was comedic. I mean, it was crazy. Everybody started laughing because the way AJ asked, I quit. It looked like he owed money to Cody Rhodes when he was raising the steel steps and ready to crack them. I mean, the match itself, I mean, the minute I was watching, I'm like, why are they trying to do what AEW does when they have these type of matches? I could see that they were trying to do this match like a Edge versus Christian match, fighting outside. They went to the back. I don't even know why they were in Gorilla at one point. I mean, it didn't make no sense and whatnot. Using the equipment from back there, which I was saying to myself, what the hell? And then to top it off, the botch began the beginning of this pay-per-view. On Cody Rhodes' name, it said, instead of Cody Rhodes and then the WWE Undisputed Champion and the world title on the side of his name on the video or the presentation, it had the Women's Tag Team Championships on the side. And then where his name was supposed to be, it says talent name. Someone, I'm sure, got fired yesterday after that botch, big time botch. Okay. And what I'm seeing now, a lot of these people defending this pay-per-view, but I'm going to get to that once I finish all this. The funny thing is that they were trying to do a Edge Christian type of match, and it did not work. Yes, blood would spill. Yes, AJ kind of like fell tumble over and landed on these on outside, landing on the table. And at one point, I saw AJ pull out a black bag, and I'm thinking like, oh, WWE is using thumbtacks, and it was handcuffs. At one point, they went and he handcuffed Cody Rhodes behind him. All of a sudden, I turn around, Cody Rhodes, all of a sudden, his handcuffs, he's not handcuffed from the back, he's handcuffed to the front. I'm like, this is so dumb, okay? And the ending of this match was even more dumber. When AJ got handcuffed, Cody went and grabbed the steps from the ring steps outside, brought it into the ring, and he looked like he was about to smash AJ Styles with the steps. AJ started screaming, I quit, I quit, I quit. Like he owned rent, like he owned someone money, and the ending was stupid. Now I'm giving you my honest opinion. This has nothing to do before anybody starts saying that I am, going against WWE. I hate WWE. That is my honest opinion. Okay, I was expecting more on this I Quit match. I was looking forward to this I Quit match. Their match at Backlash compared to this shit was a shit show. I'm sorry. Their match at Backlash was way better than this. I mean, WWE, I don't know what the hell they doing, but it was horrible. It was real horrible the way that I Quit match. And once I saw that, I said, okay, this is great. This is a nice way for them to I mean, and I have people that I was watching this and whatnot with people that I usually don't watch these shows. I was watching them with both of my daughters, my daughter-in-law. We all watching this, and I'm saying to myself, I know I'm not the only one that is not seeing this. And they didn't like the way it ended and whatnot. Then we had of course, the three-way between Jay Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler and I forgot her freaking tag team. Oh, Zoe Starks, and the two girls from Alba Fry and the Island, whatever her name is. I knew that the Bianca Belair and Jay Cargill were about to lose this match. Because, I said, if they're going to lose the tag team belts, they're going to lose it, but they're not going to get pinned. And it's exactly what happened. But the fact that people are defending Jay Cargill, the fact that they defended Jay Cargill, they're talking about, the ropes were messed up, the ropes were slippery and whatnot, and he fell. First of all, Jay Cargill again did 2 Stinger splash, which was the worst Stinger splash I ever seen in my life. She needs to stop doing that. Okay. And then she tried to jump on top of the rope, fling herself on the top of the rope, and she slipped and busted her ass. Okay. I do not want to hear people talking about, it was an accident, the top rope was messed up, or whatever. If the top rope was messed up, I've been going through a lot of wrestling shows in my lifetime. And every time during each match, you see the people go into the ring, tighten up in the ropes a little bit if they knew it was loose. People are talking about, the referee went to AJ Styles the first match and told him, be careful about the top rope, whatever. If they knew the top rope was messed up, why the top rope was not straightened? Why wasn't the top rope straightened like it's supposed to? Because I know for a fact in wrestling shows, I've seen after the match ends, they come into the ring, they tighten up the turnbuckles to make sure the wrestling ropes are tight. And at this point, people were talking about, the top rope wasn't tight. No. Jay Cargill has not improved at all since she's been in WWE. Okay. I don't want to hear about, it was an accident and this and that. People making excuses when the woman's been signed since last year. It's going to be a year in WWE in September and still have not improved. They gave her the tag team belts to make her look, she has a world title, tag team title with tag team belts that don't mean shit. Be honest with you, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you can see that it didn't mean anything because at the end of the day, they took the belts away from Bianca and Jade to put these women now in a ring one-on-one. And Bianca Belair is a better wrestler, way better wrestler than Jade Cargill. So they're going to try to make Jade look better than Bianca when they face one-on-one. So I don't want to hear it. These people talking about, I have people who right now are not even talking to me. They have blocked me on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter Because the minute I say about Jade Cargill, they upset. They're getting upset over because I'm saying the same thing. They thought, oh, she's going to be a superstar. Where's the superstar status right now? She's horrible in the ring. Don't want to hear nothing else. Stop making excuses for stuff that is stupid. The next match was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. I enjoyed that match as much as people were like, oh, it was whack. I think that was the best. Besides the main event, that was one of the best matches in the show. I mean, I thought Chad Gable was going to win the Intercontinental belt and whatnot, but the storyline between about that group with Otis and the other chick, I don't know her name, it shows that Otis is going to turn on Chad Gable. And Otis is going to be popular once again, like he was before, onto WWE, and Vince McMahon pulled the rug off of him. And then he's back to what he is now. So that match between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn was pretty good. And so, I mean, I don't have any issues with that. I think now Sami Zayn, who's going to be his next challenger, I don't know. But, it was a good match. The Bayley versus Piper Niven match. I don't even have to read anything else on my book, on my phone. Because the Piper Niven versus Bayley match, to me, was worthless. And I'm going to tell you why. That match was not good at all. It was, you could have put this match in Raw. This was not a pay-per-view style match. Piper Niven has not done anything in a year. And then you're going to pull her in the ring. Okay? You're going to pull her in the ring with Bayley so she could get a title shot. And this doesn't make sense. But the women's division, they got so many women in that division. They could have just built somebody and whatnot, make them a legit contender to go against Bayley. Bayley, of course, she's been around. She has won many championships in the whole night. But you can't tell me that you couldn't create somebody to get this woman a worthy challenge. Piper Niven has not done anything, especially with Chelsea Green. Why is Chelsea Green coming out? That she gets thrown out. She's going to come back with a Rey Mysterio mask, pretending that the referee's not going to notice that. It's the stupidity that WWE does. Okay? Again, this is an honest review. This has nothing to do with me hating WWE, because I do not hate WWE. Because I was very surprised that this pay-per-view was going this route. And I had said it before in the past that you could go to my other pay-per-views, I mean, not pay-per-views, other episodes that I had here, and tell you that they pay-per-views are way better than they programmings on Monday and Friday. Friday Night SmackDown is garbage. Okay? They're still concentrating on the Bloodline, and that Bloodline version is not good. It's not good. Okay? It's not good at all. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, one of my favorite tag teams from New Japan Pro Wrestling, they are being looked like fools. Okay? All right? And now Hikuleo is supposed to be joining them soon and whatnot. So the funny thing is that they're not doing anything to create a legit contender. Now we know Nia Jax is next, and she's the one who's going to wrestle Bayley at SummerSlam and whatnot. And it's I don't know. Piper Niven should have never gotten a title shot. That's me. The Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest match was I think probably the second best match of the night. It was a scary situation when Damian Priest went to jump and do a flip from the top rope, and his leg slipped and caught the top rope and got caught up, and his whole back of his hamstring hyperextended. You could tell by the way his ankle got caught up. Even Drew McIntyre was like, oh my God, like he was concerned, but he played it off. This was a good match. It was entertaining. In my head, I'm saying, who is going to be the one who's going to interfere in this match? Because Judgment Day was banned from the ring. Then next thing you know, you have the referee getting knocked out in this match. All of a sudden, and again, I like the way they did this whole, second referee coming in the ring because it came in, the camera angle, it looked like the referee 1, 2, and it stopped. And I was like, who the hell is that? And it hit me. That's CM Punk. And sure enough, it was CM Punk. CM Punk cost Drew McIntyre the WWE World title after it looked like Damian Priest was going to lose it. He got hit with 2 claymores. And he was limping throughout the whole match because that scary situation where he tried to jump, crashed the second rope and the first rope, and his foot got caught and his whole body was dangling from the top rope. So, but CM Punk cost Drew McIntyre the world title. I mean, you had even one of the commentators, talking about the CM Punk should get fired because he interferes. He cost Drew McIntyre the title. Now, everybody's talking about, CM Punk turned heel. Did he turn heel? Because in reality, I won't call it turn heel because, Drew McIntyre was the one who started all this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk is supposed to come on SmackDown. Is Drew McIntyre showing up and attacking CM Punk? We're going to have to see come this Friday when supposedly, CM Punk's supposed to show up and whatnot. Overall, the pay-per-view, it was not. It was mediocre. I'm sorry, and people could get mad at me, whatever. This is an honest review. I put it on Twitter. I don't care who sees it, whatever. The podcaster who's a major clown, they know who it is, talking about WWE hit a home run with this pay-per-view. What was you watching? Were you high? Were you drinking? Because this pay-per-view was mediocre. From 1 to 10, I give it a 4. I give it a 4. Because it caught me a surprise because WWE usually have good pay-per-views. They've been having a lot of good pay-per-view. Backlash was good. The ending between Cody and AJ was very good. But this AJ Cody I Quit match was garbage. The I Quit match, they tried too hard and it didn't work. They tried to push it like an Edge and Christian type match or Adam Copeland and Christian match, and it didn't work. It didn't work. I don't care what anybody tells me. And again, I know a lot of people are going to be like, he's a hater. No, this is an honest opinion I'm going to give you was the real thing. Anyway, so let's move on here and let's jump on this AEW thing because I mean, AEW this week was pretty much not good at all. And if the numbers showed, again, the numbers showed that they were under 700,000. Now, NXT fan were celebrating because NXT beat AEW Dynamite. First of all, AEW Dynamite was in the same time slot where the NBA finals were happening. And people are not going to be watching no AEW when there's NBA finals. Mind you, if it's the Dallas Mavericks against Boston Celtics, it's the finals. So Tuesday, there was nothing going against NXT and the / TNA. Okay. You guys could celebrate all you want as far as that, but let's see if it happens this week. Okay. Because the NBA finals are coming. They're going to close sooner or later. And we'll see about that. The thing is that I think that Tony Khan is not taking all this stuff serious, and he is kind of really pissing me off because this show this week was not good at all. I went to bed. I didn't care. I mean, they're pushing the match for Forbidden Door with Ospreay and Swerve, but we know what's going to happen. Swerve is going to beat Ospreay because Ospreay is going to be pretty much he's going to be forced to use the Tiger Driver 91, and Callis is going to some way somehow cost him that, and that's going to be the end of Will Ospreay being part of the Don Callis family. I could see that happening and whatnot. And other news in AEW, we have the Owen Hart Tournament coming up. I don't know what's the date yet because again, I have no idea, but PAC already has said that he's going to join the Owen Hart Tournament, which is going to be good. But also Shingo Takagi is also going to join the Owen Hart Tournament. Now, Shingo Takagi just lost his never open weight title against Hinari this morning in Japan. So this is something to look forward to. Hopefully, we'll probably see New Japan wrestlers in there. Also, Shota Umino hurt. So he probably won't even be at Forbidden Door. So that's another story right there. Also, Dax Harwood injury. So far, Dax Harwood from FTR, he made a video saying that he is not going to be back to further notice. Supposedly, in Dynasty, AEW's Dynasty show between the FTR and the Young Bucks, he did a power driver on one of the Young Bucks on the ladder and landed squarely on the steel part of the ladder, pretty much hurting his lower back. He never told anybody. He decided to continue wrestling, and next thing you know, he continued doing it, and then I think they call it hematomas. That's what he called that. Grew to the size of a football, and the medical examiners told Dax he needed to not wrestle for the next probably a couple of months or whatever it is. But anyway, and finally, let me talk about this TNA NXT Battleground that happened on, I believe it was last Sunday. Let me explain something for you people that, over here celebrating whatever. The only reason WWE is working with NXT is because they're trying to bring eyes to the NXT brand. They do not care about TNA. The word around is talking about that WWE does not want to buy a TNA. Maybe they're right, because maybe they don't need TNA. But they're going to use TNA to boost the NXT product. Supposedly, this past Friday, against all odds, one female from NXT showed up to challenge Jordynn Grace and whatnot. Jeff Hardy is back in TNA. I mean, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Those guys are washed up. I don't want to see them in AEW. They were washed up. And Jeff, I don't care. But this is the only reason WWE is working with NXT. It's because, actually not WWE, TNA is working with NXT because they got some type of deal. And NXT probably, you're going to see now back and forth. They're talking about, the when worlds collide, TNA. And it's going to happen. That pay-per-view is probably going to happen because they already had a Worlds Collide show. And so that's the only reason they're doing it, because they want to beat AEW Dynamite on Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? They won't put one against each other, because if Tony Khan will push the envelope and next thing you know, it's a wrap. And when nobody watches that NXT, I mean, I don't watch it. I don't care about no Trick Williams and none of that. I mean, again, what was the point of Jordynn Grace coming out in NXT Battleground only to lose and whatnot? Whether it's outside interference, whatever, that doesn't make her look good and whatnot. Also, finally, Noah deciding to work with WWE again. Supposedly, AJ Styles is going to go to Noah. I think it was June 23rd, something like that. I know it's in a couple of weeks. I think it's he's going to go there to fight Naomi Faji, whatever his name is. So that's going to be interesting. So AJ Styles going back to Japan. So Noah, all these Japanese promotions now trying to work with WWE, AJPW, All Japan Pro Wrestling, Noah. Again, this is all, listen, WWE is doing this because they want to work with somebody. That's it. Because AEW did it first. So not, we got to work with Japan, But again, this is my honest opinion of this Clash at the Castle. Again, this is not a hating WWE, because I don't hate WWE. I think Triple H is being now a little, laid back a little bit. I don't know why, but this pay-per-view, not good at all. I won't say it sucked, but it was close to sucking, because that Bayley match with Piper Niven was like dull. When I talk about it was bad enough that the AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes the I Quit match was horrible. So far, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that is it for me today. Again, guys, thank you for supporting the podcast, supporting the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. As you can see, guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, X, And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is episode 199. Next week, we're going to hit a milestone, episode 200. Also, check out the, of course, the podcast store. I got, shirts, hats, hoodies. Check out the tcwr.veryinkpresser.com. Again, that's tcwr.veryinkpresser.com, and check out the shirts, the hats, whatever. Support the podcast. Again, also check out my TikTok, little clips that I have there from time to time. And, check it out. Support. Thank you very much for everybody. Again, next week, episode 200. We'll see what we're going to talk about. Until then, guys, I will see you guys soon.